Thank you so much. A very kind good evening and welcome to Friday Night with Jonathan Ross. And, well, here's the story this week. Jonathan King is out of prison and he's got a new single out. That's two things that shouldn't have been released this week. Even Gary Glitter tutted when he heard the news. King emerged from prison, I'm sure you saw the photographs, wearing his trademark baseball cap and punchable face. He really has got one of those faces, hasn't he? He says he wants to do lots of interviews to clear his name. I'm guessing that Little Ant and Dec aren't first in the queue. Apparently, by law, even I'm too young to talk to him. Only Parky is old enough. He's the only one. First Mr. Jonathan King. Jonathan, get your hand off my knee. Talking of prisons, may I introduce some men who've been banged up many times but still refuse to go straight. It's my house band. 4 puffs and a piano. My first guest this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is a big screen and television legend, the star of Kill Bill and the legendary Kung Fu television series. It is Mr. David Carradine. Good evening, David. Welcome, right. Cool, calm, composed. I need to tell David something. David, I think you should know that I myself am a Kung Fu master. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You a grasshopper, of course, and I have my own Kung Fu name. I am One Like Fook.
You want to go a couple of rounds?
Oh, you know, come on, how could I? You're a man of 69. You clearly have an unfair advantage.
68. Give me a break, man.
Well, you know, you'll be 69 soon, you know, and then we'll repeat the show and it'll be fine. Don't make me look silly. F***ing Americans. No disrespect. My next guest is an Australian singer, an actress, and very simply one of the most gorgeous women on the planet. She is Natalie Imbruglia. Good evening, Natalie.
Hi.
Hello, Natalie.
Hello.
Natalie's new single is out this week, and it's one of those things you simply can't get out of your head, like Sunset at Ayers Rock or a glimpse of Dame Edna's Brazilian. Once it's in there for life. My third guest is an actor and comedian. He is always welcome on the show. A great guest, the irrepressible Mr. Eddie Izzard. The one, the only, there will never be another. Looking peachy this evening.
What?
I like the jacket.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, it's like a kind of a peachy thing.
A peachy pinky. All that plus fantastic live music from Garbage. Evening, Garbage. Hello, Shirley. What a green room that is. What a green room. We've got Grasshopper, we've got Chart Topper, we've got Heartstopper, and Lacy Bra Shopper. What a... Now, before we get on with the show, let me just share a little story from home, because a tragedy struck the Ross household this Easter. While you lot were gorging yourselves on undeserved chocolatey treats, our little puppy, we have 2 little puppies, our Boston Terrier, whose name is Yoda, was lying on his little doggy bed of pain. He's a lovely, lovely little dog. He really is. Here's a picture of him. Look, look at him. Sweet. Look, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. He started limping, OK? And we thought, oh, what's happened? We don't know what's happened to his little foot. You know, it was obviously hurt in some way. We thought we'd better take him to the vet. No one would own up to anything. I have my suspicions who might be responsible. In the garden, yes. Look at that one, he looks guilty, doesn't he? Look. Because there was a moment where they were playing with each other and the dog was worrying the sheep and the sheep went out and I heard a squeal, I thought, oh, what's happened? So I think he trod on his foot. Anyway, we got him to the vet and the vet said, yeah, he's got a broken toe. Oh, look, he's limping around. So, and I didn't know they did this with dogs. They gave him a little cast, a little plaster cast. I thought they just put him down, you know, I thought... Well, I didn't know, I'm delighted, obviously. So he's got a little, there he is, look. Now, I know what you're looking at, ladies, but... And yes, he does take after me, but look at the little plastic... Little red, it's like a little boxing glove, isn't he sweet? OK? But as you can see from the photograph there, you can see he's been gnawing through it. He's biting through it a bit, you know? And we're encouraging him to rest. We've got another puppy, a little chihuahua. Here's a picture of Yoda and Princess. Look at that. Okay. Don't worry, they're both alive. But they snuggle like that. Isn't that sweet? And we know, she's a little girl, we know what he's thinking. That's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to work, eh? It'd be like me and Kylie. He's too big. There's another picture of him, which I'm showing you just because I want you to stop for a second. Does he or does he not look just like Ricky Gervais? Anyway, that's by the by. We need to stop him gnawing on his little cast because it's bad. So we take him back to the vet, and the vet said, yeah, I'll put a new cast on, but you've got something. So they put one of those things on his head. Look, these things there, look. He's got the cone on his head. And that's horrible because now he's limping and he can't get the stuff. He's driving him bonkers. Look, have a look at this one. Look, there he is, look. He said, look, why me? Why me? What did I do? Why me? I'm just he's a puppy, don't understand. So, I've gone the extra mile, okay? I'm a dog lover. I love all animals. I didn't want him to feel left out. I didn't want him to feel unsupported. So I got one of the cones that they use for the big dogs, and you see what? Yeah, I know, it's a bit new romantic. And there we are, look, sitting together, and then we watch the TV, look, I keep it on, it's fine. Once you get used to it, it's fine, all right? And I'll tell you one thing I've discovered, and this is a real bonus, and you're all going to want to get one now, because it was Easter, I've eaten chocolate, I'm trying to lose the weight afterwards, you can't stop yourself. I found out when I wear my cone, OK? What? You can't eat the chocolate. Look, you can't. You can't, and you try it, and you can't. I'm going to get one, though. Right, last one. Ah! So, I recommend them if you're on a diet. Them's good chocolates. Before I bring my first guest out, let's have a look at him in Kill Bill. Here he is.
I'm a murdering bastard, you know that? And there are consequences to breaking the heart of a murdering bastard. You experienced some of them. Was my reaction really that surprising?
Yes, it was. Could you do what you did? Of course you could. But I never thought you would or could do that to me.
I'm really sorry, kiddo. But you thought wrong.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Carradine.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those hands were fast as lightning. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Man, that's something. Are you okay? David, that was very impressive.
Well, yeah.
Wow, that was impressive.
My regular act.
Can you believe a man of 69 can do that, ladies and gentlemen?
68.
Well,
Give me a break.
I suppose at that age it does. Yeah, every year counts, of course.
Suppose I have to sit down, right?
Well, ideally, is that difficult now? It's lovely to meet you again. I met you once many, many years ago.
Yeah.
I've always admired you on TV and movies. Now, you've just phoned in from Los Angeles this very afternoon, I believe.
I cannot understand. I don't know what language you're speaking.
Well, you know, it's our language. You're the guys who have ruined it.
I speak American.
Yeah, but it's not... American's not a proper language, even, to be honest with you. It's a bastardized form of a noble,
As
beautiful...
Yoda might say, it will be. It will be.
I've got no idea what you're saying now. Oh, my dog. You're talking about Yoda, my dog?
Yeah, I know.
Do you
I
like
know.
dogs?
Yeah, I saw the footage.
Well, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? He's got a broken foot. Show a bit of heart, David.
I've got plenty of heart, you know.
Well, you're not going to share any with me and the dog?
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't.
it's terrible. It's
Well,
so sad.
now you're clearly faking it, all right? What are you over here for? You over here for a show of some sort?
I thought I was just coming to do your show.
Well, no, you're here, I know, and we're delighted, but you're actually doing something in Birmingham, I believe, this weekend. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but
Hold it. How did they get you to come over and you don't know what it is? What did they say to you?
money.
I believe it's a memorabilia show.
Yeah. What is that?
Okay, I'm going to warn you now what you're getting yourself into, okay? Memorabilia shows. I used to go to comic conventions a lot. I haven't been to an actual kind of pure memorabilia show. But normally it's fans of TV or music or comic books, that kind of thing, who turn up, and they're quite obsessive fans, many of them. You'll often find them coming dressed as their favourite characters.
Yeah, but you understand, I deal with this kind of thing on any street corner in the world all the time. It's not new to me. It's
So
just,
people come up to you, what do they normally say?
there's no normality about it.
What do they abnormally say?
Well, you know, everything from, you know, calling me grasshopper, which is actually incorrect. It was that little kid that was grasshopper.
Yeah.
I was Cain.
You grew up to be
Yeah, but
Cain.
actually, that's pretty much, I wouldn't say it's a thing of the past, but it's in the background now. It's, Bill!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bill is a great role for you, of course.
Yeah. Well, the
but
best
when-
I've ever had, I would say.
It was written expressly for you, wasn't it? I believe
Yeah.
Tarantino sat down and...
That's right. Well, he read my autobiography, Endless Highway, and I think he was reading it while he wrote. So he actually, Bill talks the way I write, not exactly the way I talk, you know, because he got a lot of ums and you-knows and stuff like that.
Like
but,
everyone, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes me sound a little more intellectual in his movie.
But that must be kind of an honour, I guess, to know that someone likes your work or likes your presence enough to say, I'm going to shape this around you and I'm going to immerse myself in you, sort of thing, to make it work.
Well, Tarantino turns out to be maybe the best director I've ever worked with, and that's saying a lot because I've worked with some seriously heavy guys.
Well, you've made some great movies. You've also made some immediately forgettable films, of course.
I try.
How many movies have you made, David?
I think 106.
Do you think you can remember all the films you've made?
Well, I write it down.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
I would have to look.
I have a quiz for you.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I would quiz you as to which films you've been in, and I've made a couple up. All right. I'm going to read the title out and see if you know whether...
Okay, let me tell you something, though.
All right.
Sometimes they change the title.
Oh, don't start with that. Oh, okay.
It's the truth.
All right. Little test, play along at home. Dead and Breakfast.
Yeah?
Yes, 2004. Well done. Mad for It.
What?
Mad for It. Like, you know, hey, I'm mad for it in Manchester. Happy Mondays. No?
Not a chance.
Correct, he was not in the film Mad for It. Dangerous Curves.
Yeah.
Yes, made in 2000. You're doing well.
In Ireland.
Well, you're doing well everywhere. I mean,
That's where I made
oh,
that
I see,
film.
I'm sorry. Dead Lucky.
No.
Knocking on Death's Door.
Yeah.
Yes! High Tea with a Lady.
What? I don't think
High
so.
Tea with a Lady.
I don't think so.
You sure? You sure that isn't what they call Death Race 2000 over here?
No, they call Death Race 2000 Death Race 2000.
That was a great film,
over
wasn't it?
here.
That was a great film. No, you never made High Tea with a Lady. Angel with a Limp. But don't laugh, you'll give it away.
I would love to have.
That's a good title for a film, isn't it? Angel with a Limp. Well done, man. You got the complete 100% correct there. I think a round of applause. That was most impressive. Now, you've had what we would call a wild life. I mean, you had years where you were maybe boozing a bit more than was sensible. You've done, how many acid trips have you done, LSD
I
trips?
have no idea.
In the hundreds, I believe, isn't it?
1,000.
Wow, 1,000. And yet you still appear to be compos mentis, and you can remember certainly that you never starred in Angel with a Limp. So presumably you're fairly lucky to have survived all that, I would have thought.
That's probably true. I am lucky that way, but I'm lucky a lot of ways.
Do you regret any of it, or was it all kind of part of the journey? Was it useful?
Regret? I kind of try to stay away from that whole thing. If I didn't do one thing, then this other thing wouldn't have happened.
Well, I mean, a career like yours is kind of difficult to pin down in a way for someone looking from the outside, because you have this huge hit on TV with Kung Fu back in the mid-70s. You worked with Scorsese in that same decade, have a huge hit there. Then there's a period where you kind of like, you're floating in and out, you have some hit movies, others that don't work so well. It's
Well,
kind of a strange story.
I walked out of Kung Fu.
When was
the
that,
show was never
75?
canceled. I just left. I never signed a contract, so I could do that. And then I made a few studio pictures, and then I discovered this thing about exploitation movies or independent movies, whatever you want to call them. Some of them were great, and some of them, they'd say, we give you $50,000 for 2 days, and I said, yeah, and I just read the part of the script that I was in. I didn't even know what the movie was about.
Yeah. So sometimes it really was just a kind of quick cash deal, something you wanted to do. But there must have been
I
more.
was trying to finance my own movies, which is something that you're not supposed to do. But since you're not supposed to do it, I decided I would do that.
Let's talk about Kung Fu a little bit then, because this was a huge part of your life. You walked away from it, and it was still really at the top of its game. I mean, it was just a phenomenal success, wasn't it? And looking back at it, I mean, I love the series. They're out on DVD. I've watched them on DVD. It was kind of odd that it came from a big broadcast. I think it was CBS made it in the States. Was that right?
ABC.
ABC. I think it was ABC that made it in America. But it was at heart, it was a pacifist show, wasn't it?
It became that. When we were first doing it, I killed people, but the FCC said I couldn't do that, and we had these fights that would end up with me killing someone, and they'd cut them. And so we finally had a meeting, and I said, look, we're wasting our time, so why don't we just do it the way they wanted to do it? And I said, why don't we make that the point, that he won't kill people? And so it was kind of, actually, the government caused us to make it into a peace show.
And that's
but
strange.
That was not the idea. It was totally action, killing,
Yeah.
blood and guts.
But even then, I remember as a kid watching it, you knew that was his philosophy. You knew that Quentin Tarantino was going to walk through it and didn't want to get involved, didn't want to lower himself down to the level of physical altercation. But at the same time, you were really excited and waiting for the last 5 minutes of the show when he would kick the shit out of someone for the last few minutes.
Right. Well, the thing was, the FCC said that we could only have 2 minutes of fighting. And the network said we had to have 2 fights per segment. So we'd have a little one at the beginning where I come in and ask for a glass of water and somebody tries to kick me. And
They'd normally be rude or racist or something.
yeah, and I
bully
just
him.
very quickly throw them over the bar or something, usually in slow motion.
That's right.
And
So
then,
it felt longer.
And then we save the rest of it.
Oh, that was a long journey sometimes. I'd be sitting there saying, go and kick someone, please. And you do it in the slow motion, of course, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I didn't actually do the work in slow motion.
But did you... David Hasselhoff runs in slow motion, I believe, in Baywatch sometimes.
I think that was an effect, too.
Let's have a look. This is, obviously, we're not going to show one of the boring bits. This is the 2 minutes of fighting you had to wait for. This is Kung Fu from sometime in the early 70s. It was great stuff. And you see there, though,
sure was
Kane got
pretty,
lucky.
wasn't I?
You were a very handsome young man, weren't you? Well, you're not a bad-looking fella now. You're 69. You're still looking pretty good. 8. Kane got lucky in that fight, though, didn't he? He wasn't beating the ninja. The ninja was beating him, and then the ninja fell and hurt his head on a rock.
Well, that's how we tried to get around the FCC thing.
So he was peaceful. He didn't kill the guy.
Yeah.
The guy stupidly killed himself.
Yeah.
The spiritual side of Kung Fu, even though it was a network television show, and we know obviously it had regulations and restrictions placed upon it, it did seem to have a message, and there did seem to be a kind of a spiritual side to it, which was obviously part of the appeal. Was that, once again, was that you? Was that already in the show?
A lot of it was me. A lot of it was this guy named Jerry Thorpe, who was pretty much the creator and the mentor of the show, and the guy who hired me, for that matter. Certainly didn't have anything to do with the network.
And you wrote a book after the event, didn't you? A kind of a book about the spiritual side of martial arts, I guess.
Well, that was the thing. You know, I had actually taken up Kung Fu as a lifelong thing. And my master, Cam Ewan, whom I met on the show, he came to me once and he said, I want you to write this book about the Kung Fu philosophy because everybody's got it wrong. And he said, I could write the book, talking about him. But he said, who'd read it? But he said, if you write it, they'll read it. And so I said, okay. I mean, if your master tells you to do something, you have to do it.
Your sensei, you have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've had a look through the book, The Spirit of Shaolin, and there are 12 lessons in it, some of which I understand, some of which I don't. Some of it seems to make perfect sense. It's like philosophy that you kind of...
This is the stuff I won't remember.
Oh, well, I've got it here. Number 1 of the 12 lessons of Shaolin, follow the heart. That makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. Number 2, there are no secrets. I'm not sure about that. What is that? Any idea what that means?
There are no secrets.
That's what it means. 3, laugh at the cleverness of the beast, and the beast will defeat itself.
Well, this also works with witches. They try to hex you. All they have to do is laugh at them, and it doesn't work.
So humour can undercut a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Although, if you're in a town square in Manchester, say on a Saturday night, and there's a drunk bloke running up you, run first, laugh later. Love, in the pain of its loss, is finally gained for the first time. I think I understand that. You don't know what you have until sometimes it's gone, and then you appreciate it fully.
Love is a blind man who sees when he dies.
David Blunkett, tying his dog to his boat, then he gets in big trouble. That's what you mean. This one doesn't make a lot of sense to me, I'll be honest with you, David. Okay. I'll make this the last one. If you can solve this one for me, then you are indeed the master. Kindness is cruelty. Cruelty is kindness.
Well, let's see. How can I do this? If you know something is wrong with somebody or something or everything, and you don't say that, you're doing a disservice to that person or that situation, or maybe to the whole world. On the other hand, if you are cruel enough to, like, force people to see what the truth is, I don't need to go any further, right? Because we could be here for an hour doing this.
Well, we don't need to say that long. We have the message. You've got to be cruel to be kind. But if you said it that way, we'd have got it straight away. You see, you dressed it all up.
I'm trying to be a little poetic. The other thing is I'm trying to get you interested in reading the next paragraph, which would explain it.
I could go on all night. I feel I've learned. I feel I've grown. And yet, I'm aware I have taught myself. I think we are both masters.
I'll give you that.
Hey, listen, I hope you enjoy the weekend at the Memorabilia Fair. You're going to be there in Birmingham on Saturday and Sunday, I think. Then you're back here, and then you're going somewhere else? Where else are you going in the UK?
Swindon.
Yeah. And Swindon is beautiful this time of year, so you knock yourself out there. Ladies and gentlemen, David Carradine. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, sign me up for it.
Yeah, okay.
David Carradine, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Well, what a character, eh? What a character. Unbelievable. Can you believe a man in his late 60s jumping around up and down, strong as an ox?
Try and follow that.
He's thrown down the gauntlet. That's the master. All right. We do try and bring you the very best guests every week on this show. We really do. We bend over backwards as much as possible, and we put loads of calls out to people who don't say yes. You know, it all goes on behind the scenes. You don't know the suffering we go through, really. But, you know, we're always happy with the end results. Not everyone wants to come on the show. That's a simple fact. Now, what with the royal wedding approaching, we naturally thought, let's see if we can get Charles or Camilla on the show. So we asked Prince Charles, would he like to be interviewed by me? Here's the response.
Bloody brilliant. So brilliant.
But the good news is, it's not a no, all right? Let's get our next guest out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted she's on the show. It is Natalie Imbruglia. Okay. They're murdering your song. Hello. Lovely to
I
see you.
thought it
Come on in.
sounded lovely.
Yeah, well, there you go. Your version was my preference, I'll be honest with you.
really?
I don't want to imagine them lying torn on the floor and all that.
No, naked on the floor.
Naked on the floor.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why it sold so well. All those teenage boys thinking about you lying there naked on the floor. Well, welcome to the show. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You're glowing in a kind of healthy way.
I
Presumably
got bronchitis. So
well, that's
weird.
obviously working for you. Well, what kind of medication are you on for that?
Something to stop me from coughing.
And giving you a glow.
Antibiotics, so maybe it's good for the skin as well.
Do you like medication at bedtime? Day nurse, night nurse, Rohypnol?
No.
You ever tried any of those? I actually tried Rohypnol once.
Rohypnol, I've tried that.
Did you try it?
It's quite nice.
I tried it accidentally. I had diarrhea, okay? Yeah.
You took it for diarrhea?
Yeah, I know. What was I thinking? But at least I know I was safe. No one was going to take advantage of me. I was
You
giving
woke up on the toilet.
Well, I was away. I was a long way from home. And I was in Mexico. And I came down with terrible diarrhea, and this doctor would give me all this stuff to take with me in case we didn't find doctors there that had
Yeah.
stuff, and we took some. You just not lying on the bed like that.
It's a sleeping tablet.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. I thought it was for diarrhea.
Did you wake up on the toilet? No?
I woke up in a pile of my own shit, if you must know. And thank you for making me talk about this in front of people.
Sorry.
You've lowered the whole tone of the show.
I'm sorry.
Let me just check. I think I've been saying it correctly. It's Imbruglia.
Yeah.
But there's a G in there, so it looks like Imbruglia.
Imbruglia, yeah.
So it's Imbruglia, and it's an Italian name originally.
Italian name. I
But-
think the name's actually Spanish, but my father's Italian.
Okay.
So.
And he was born in Italy? Well, that would be... Explain it, yeah. And then he moved to Australia, or...
When he was 4 years old.
Okay, so he's essentially an Australian now.
Yeah.
Does he speak Australian with a slight Italian accent?
No.
It's full on.
He's never been able to speak Italian very well.
So he's still...
He just has a lot of yeah, but
What
no
the
one
matter
can
with you?
understand him.
Like that. Hey, what the going on?
Mamma mia.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? I didn't know that we could both speak Italian.
Yeah, we do.
Now, you recently got married, is this right?
Yes.
When was that?
Just over a year ago.
Oh, over a year ago, okay.
New
now,
Year's Eve 2003.
and your husband, he lives in Australia?
Well, he's spending a lot of time here, actually, but his record deal's in Australia, so
Oh, he's in a band, isn't he? What's the name of the band?
Well, he was in a band called Silverchair,
Okay.
and at the moment he's working in a band called The Dissociatives.
Right. I remember Silverchair, they had a hit over here, I think.
Yeah?
I think so.
I don't know which one.
How can you be married to a bloke and you don't know whether he had a hit in the UK?
I don't know his history or the history of how well he did here.
Well, I think you better bloody find out, don't you? Oh, it's not all about you, Nats.
I honestly didn't think he had a big hit here, so that's why I'm shocked that
Maybe he
said that.
didn't. Maybe I'm just being polite,
Maybe
but I thought
making
he
it
had
up.
a hit here. Silverchair, I remember them having a hit of some sort.
Yeah? Probably
Oh.
Tomorrow, which was off their first album.
Maybe that was it. I'll find out and I'll email you about it as soon as
Okay.
you give me your address. Now, you've had a strange career. I was talking to David Carradine earlier about his career, and you've had a kind of a strange career in a way as well, because, of course, first of all, you were famous for being in Neighbours, which you weren't actually in for that long, I don't think, were you?
2 years.
Well, it's quite a while, but not as long as some. And then you left Neighbours, you came over here, and you kind of reinvented yourself. You took some time, and you came back as a singer, but not in the way that we'd come to expect people from soaps, particularly Australian soaps, to come, because normally it was pop and it was quite lightweight. We had Kylie and Jason. But you came back with a proper kind of credible album, big hit single. You know, hats off. I mean, that's some achievement. Presumably,
thank
you knew what you were doing there. You had a kind of
I didn't
game plan.
really. I think I just got lucky. I mean, especially the whole reinvention thing. I just said, can I wear my own clothes? And nobody argued. So it wasn't a conscious decision to have an image at all. I was more concerned about people believing that I was authentic and not creating an image. And in effect, I kind of created one.
Yeah, so by not going
By
down the
not,
prescribed
yeah.
lines. And one thing I've always admired about you, and also been slightly, slightly irritated about, is the fact you've never used your body and your, physicality to sell records. So obviously, on one hand, I'm thinking, that's great, what a great message. And then I'm saying, come on, please, once, get them out. You know what I'm saying? There you go. But that's about as much as you've shown. And I do genuinely, I mean, joking aside, I kind of admire you for that, because presumably I would have thought the men's magazines that we have now, those kind of like, that porn for cowards you have, like Logan, FHM and Maxim,
funny.
those magazines, presumably they've approached you and said,
Well, I did do a shoot for one of those mags, but it was an accident. I didn't have a manager at the time, and I thought it was going to be a fashion spread, and I got there, and it was just bikinis. And I was really scared, and I didn't know what to do, and I did the shoot,
Yeah.
and I've regretted it ever since.
same thing happened to me when I first started in the business.
Really?
No. You want to see me in a bikini?
I've seen you in a Spider-Man suit.
You see, yeah, well, that's a good look, isn't it?
Very good.
Let's talk about, you got a new album out now and a new single, and the video for the single is great. What inspired it?
The Born Supremacy.
They're great films, aren't they? Did
Yeah.
you like, have you seen
Yeah.
both of them?
I love both of them.
Ah, they're great films. So this is kind of like based on those incredibly good car chase sequences
Yes.
in the middle of it. The single's called Shiver, and it's gone straight in right high in the charts here, hasn't it?
It went in at number 8.
Okay. Now, apparently your husband doesn't believe you've had any hits over here. Did you know that? You two should talk more.
I know.
Here's a little bit of Natalie's new single. This is the video. It's terrific. This is Shiver.
'Cause when you tell me stupid things like you do, yes, I have to change the rules. I can't lose, 'cause I shiver, I just break up when I'm near you. It all gets out of hand.
That was Natalie being driven home by Vic Reeves. Bless him. Now, so how much of the album do you write? How much of the material do you do yourself?
On this album, I co-wrote 10 of the 12 songs.
Okay. And this is out, it's out next week, I think.
Yeah, 4th.
Okay. And so presumably, what, you sit down, you have the ideas first, you work with the guys who you work with, they have the ideas. How does it pan out?
I usually ask them to have some riffs ready when I come in, and then I choose out of, say, 3 riffs, and we start from there, and then the melody and the words kind of come at the same time. And
Now, I got confused when they told me you're coming on, Shiver, because for some reason, I thought you had recorded that song, I Bruise Easily, which is a hit at the moment
Natasha
for...
Bedingfield.
Natasha Bedingfield.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, and her brother is also very talented, and he's got quite a big head. I don't know if you noticed that. And he broke his neck. And I saw a photograph of him, and I didn't know he'd broken his neck, and I thought he just had this thing to support his slightly large head. And I felt very sorry for him.
It's not very nice.
I know, but then
He's a
when
really nice guy.
I'm sure he is, and his head isn't actually that big when you get up close. But I heard the record, and I thought, okay, that's it. And it's called I Bruise Easily. Okay?
Her record?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now,
I'm confused too.
well,
now.
I'll tell you why. Now, but I got excited about having you on the show because Alan...
Because
who's
she
our
thought I was her.
No. I'd much rather have you than old Big Ed. Listen. Well, not her, but her brother might come down and scare the kids. Never mind them. Let me...
Okay. Sorry.
Well, I'll give your marriage a year at this rate if you don't start listening to the man in the house. Now, so I thought that was your record, that's all I'm saying. But the reason I got excited, obviously I wanted you on the show, but I wanted to show you someone's bruise.
Okay.
Because we have someone on the show who last week got the most incredible bruise I've ever seen in my life. And I got so excited about that. Imagine my disappointment when I found out you didn't release the single, I'm Easily Bruised.
I'm so sorry.
But fortunately, we have cunningly introduced it into the conversation in such a manner I can now show you Alan's bruise. Alan, this is Alan, our floor manager. Please don't applaud him, he'll want to come back every week.
Hello.
Now, Alan, you fell over, didn't you?
I did, fell
Okay, this was nothing to do with me, was it?
No.
Okay, will you turn around and show Natalie your bruise, please? Check this out.
Don't stand too
check
close.
it out. Check it out. Look at that! Isn't that the best bruise you've ever seen on TV? Go on, off you go. Do you shave down there? What do you think of that?
Well done, Alan. Good bruise.
That is a good bruise.
You ever seen one of those before?
No, but he was very close. I was
Yeah,
getting a bit
yeah. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you saw, but Natalie was in the movie Johnny English,
Yes.
which was a big hit film and a fun family movie. My kids adored it. You were working with Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
The villain of the piece was played by John Malkovich. Fantastic actor. And he played a Frenchman
Yes.
for us called Pascal Sauvage. Okay.
Sauvage.
And he did the full-on kind of comedy cinematic, oh, sacre bleu, what is happening?
Yeah.
Ooh la la, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Zut alors, à tout à l'heure, Charles de Gaulle. He did all that, right? Brilliant. And we're all sitting there thinking, laugh at the old Frenchie. You know what happened to that film when they released it in France?
No.
They revoiced him,
No.
and they made him an Englishman.
I didn't know that.
Yes, a roast beef. They made him into a common Englishman.
Why?
Well,
Do you know
exactly.
why? I don't know
Can't
why.
the French laugh at themselves? They are the most amusing race in Europe.
I'm surprised by that.
You should check your contract next time. Make sure that people aren't being reworded or dubbed to mock Englishmen.
Was I normal?
I believe so. Well, as normal as you get, but I
Yeah.
believe so.
Fish and chips.
I thought, what's that meant to be?
Fish and chips.
How long have you been in England for?
Okay, I'll forget it. Forget it. Forget I did that. I'm not good with accents.
Can you do any English accents?
No.
Can you do Cockney?
All right, love.
Yes, that's good.
Do you know what I mean? In it.
That's good acting. You see? Eddie, what do you think? Do you think she's got the East End accent down pat?
Oh, I didn't hear that because the camera was swinging towards me and I thought, oh, crap. Well, we were all relaxing because the bloody camera was away and then suddenly it was gone camera time. We don't like this room.
Why do you not like that room?
Because it's shit.
Well,
and also, show the back of the wall. There's no wall there. Just show that wall.
let's see the back of the wall.
Show the back of the wall. Show the back of the wall.
What's wrong with that? All right, OK.
And thirdly, there is no cognac back here.
No?
That's not quite true.
Blimey.
Oh, no, there is.
There you go.
But you came prepared.
All right. So, Natalie, Johnny English, you're very good in it. I mean, you're a talented actress.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, I find your career kind of strange, though, because you have a hit movie like that 2-3 years ago, then you don't follow it up with other movies. So, in the words of some of my friends, what go on?
It looks like I'm just really lazy, but I was working on my album straight after Johnny English for 3 years.
OK.
I'm just slow. I'm crap.
But you
I
could
take
make
too long.
So, really, you just focus on the one thing at a time?
Yeah.
Well, that's sensible, I guess.
Yeah. It's too hard to do both at the same time, I think. I wouldn't be able to do both well at the same time.
It's obviously working for you as well, because you come back with the single, it goes straight in the charts, so it's not like people forgot. Do you like to potter around? Do you like to fritter time away?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, look.
Am I lazy?
Yeah. Well, no, not lazy. There's a kind
See,
of...
I'm really worried about that people think I just took 2 years off and then decided on the 3rd year to start writing. I feel really bad, because I tried to make the record in a year and...
Can I just ask you something?
Sure.
Have you had your eyes enlarged by surgery? Because they're bigger than anyone else's eyes I've seen up close.
No, I haven't.
Look at that, but that's a big old eye.
No, I haven't.
Did you always
Yours
have...
are pretty big.
Yeah, but they're not as big as yours. Mine are normal size. Look at that, it's like a couple of saucers. It's not a bad look.
No, they're mine.
You sure
all my sisters have the same eyes, and my mum and my dad.
OK. How many sisters do you have?
Eye surgery. I've got 3 sisters.
3 sisters. Are they older or younger than you?
1 older and 2 younger.
Are they married or single?
They're all going out
I
with
don't
somebody
think
at
you
the
spend
moment. They're
enough
not
time
married.
You don't know enough about what's going on in your life.
I had to think about where they're at the
Can
moment.
I say something to you without wishing to seem mean? I'm beginning to think you're not so much lazy as a bit dozy.
I'm not very well. That's not very nice.
You
I've got
can't blame
bronchitis.
bronchitis for not knowing how old your sisters are. Hey, Natalie, really nice to meet you. I hope it
You
wasn't
too.
too traumatic an
No, it was
experience.
fine.
And the album sounds great from what I've heard of it, but the single's terrific, so congratulations there and a great video.
Thanks.
I hope you feel better soon. Please get off your lazy ass and make another movie. all right?
Okay.
Natalie Imbruglia, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. That was delightful. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
What a lovely young woman. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you saw the show last week when it went out on BBC. We had one of our guests was Christopher Eccleston, tremendous actor, of course, the new Doctor Who. Well, more accurately, the old Doctor Who. Okay? I feel sorry for the millions of fans, and I feel sorry in particular for the BBC, you know, because he's resigned. He only done the one series, although chin up. It only took them 10 years to replace the last Doctor, so fingers crossed. Most of all, though, I feel sorry for the toy manufacturer. Because we had a toy on the show. Look, we showed Christopher a toy himself. He was delighted. As I speak, the bloke who makes those toys is in a warehouse in New Malden feeding 6.3 million Christopher Eccleston dolls into a furnace. But you see what power I have. You come on this show, within days you're gone. So join me for a special edition next week with guests Michael Winner and Darren Day. Come on! I got cross again this week. And I do get angry. As I get older, you find yourself getting angry more often, I think. You know, at injustices. You see things happening in the world, you think, that's wrong. Have we learned nothing? You know? And you get angry. And this time, what angered me was the story that motorists over 70 are to be forced to have medical checks before they can continue driving. That's disgraceful. I think the ancient should be allowed to get on with their lives. Gardening, doing jigsaws, marrying Penny Lancaster, whatever they fancy. You can't take the old off the roads. What would they put on police camera action if dotty old pensioners can't drive up the wrong side of a dual carriageway in a Hillman Imp for our pleasure? So I was angry and I was dead against these new checks on our elderly until I saw a photograph this week in the paper, and maybe I've changed my mind. Now, we've all slightly misjudged the distance of the car behind when parking, maybe even given it a slight nudge. After all, I always think that's what they have bumpers for. But this old boy went a little bit further. Have a look at this. This is an actual picture. He reversed right up the bonnet and through the windscreen of the Ford Galaxy that was parked behind him because he says he didn't notice it. Look at that! How much welly must he have given that to get up there? Hey? Should we get our final guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. I fear he's in a grumpy mood already. The lack of cognac and a third wall has driven him into a tiz. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted he's back on the show, Mr. Eddie Izzard.
Money talks, but it don't seem as and it don't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe.
Now, I apologise. I guess it must be kind of a bit uncomfortable sitting back there for the duration of the show.
Well,
in
it's,
spite
you
of
know,
that.
it's a bit, you know.
But it's nice for us because we know you're there, OK? The audience know you're there. I know you're paying attention to the show, OK? And it gives me a great feeling of power. That's not a bad impersonation of a balloon going down.
No, well, I think what you say is lies.
Eddie, do you not trust me?
Not really. I think that's the main thing you've engendered in the British public, is a lack of trust.
Now,
But in a good way.
good. Of course, that's the only way you can not
Like a
trust
doctor
someone.
with a bad, you know, one of those things with a spike on it.
Well, speaking of doctors, are you or are you not to be the new Doctor Who? It has been in the newspapers that he's in the runnings.
Tom Baker, the fantastic Tom Baker.
One of the best Who's.
One of the best Who's. Who put me up for. He said he thought it would be a fun idea if I was up. I never put my name on the form that came around from the government to say, would you like to be Doctor Who?
That's just a box you tick if you don't want to be considered,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
Like, if you don't wish us to put your name down on the Doctor Who list, tick this box.
It was. It came by, and I just didn't register. They have my postcode, but I didn't. And but it's back again.
Be who? Be who?
Be who?
Be who?
Be who what?
Who? You be who for us?
Is this a joke?
You'd be a great Who.
No.
You'd be a good
Oh,
Who.
I see.
Wouldn't you? Why don't you be who?
No, I can't because I got this other series.
What series?
Well, a series about monkeys and.
Can't you squeeze who in?
I play lead monkey, and it's been shot in Angola.
An Angolan monkey?
Yeah.
I can tell you now that's got no legs.
Well, it might not work as a show, but I've got a script.
Oh, you're always
It's-
stretching yourself.
It's called
that's what-
Monkey with a Limp. And
I'll have my lawyers onto you in the morning.
you're doing Angel with a Limp.
Well, that'd be a great film.
We're doing Monkey with a Limp.
When you act, Eddie,
Yeah.
if someone said to you, I want you to play someone with a slight disability, not a huge one, like a limp,
Yeah.
right? How would you go about working on that slight disability? How would you perfect it?
I'd start by limping.
Right. Good.
And then
Would you hang out with people with a limp and ask them if you could study them?
Well, if the person just has a limp, then
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't need to go to too many.
A slight limp.
You wouldn't need to immerse yourself in the limping community.
You know what you know what you could do? You could just put a small stone, not a large stone, quite a small
Yeah.
stone in one of your shoes.
Or just gravel.
So Doctor Who, yes or no? Come on, say yes.
No.
Oh, why not?
Because, you know.
You'd be great, and wouldn't it be a great thing to do? Seriously, it'd be a great thing to do.
Well, you know, I just. Whoa.
You grew up watching it, didn't you?
No, I grew up watching it here.
Well, there you go.
Everyone watched it here, you see.
Well, now you could get your revenge. Well, it's like having Ant and Dec on the show. Look at that.
They all do it behind that.
Yeah. But you could get your revenge on the Daleks on the Cybermen. You could be the Doctor. You
No,
could be
I think
time
there's
to-
scripts and
You
everything.
could be. Do you still cross-dress at all?
I am a transvestite. I proved this to you with
I don't know
measuring
whether I believe
tape.
you. I think it was a gimmick. However, listen.
It's a tax thing.
You could be a time-travelling transvestite. The first cross-dressing Doctor.
That's what Tom Baker was going on about, you big noodle.
Well, what?
He was saying that I have a certain...
Well, you didn't tell me that. How am I supposed to know that? What do you think? I'm a mind reader?
Well, no, you know.
So, look, yes, just do it. It will take you what? Maybe 2 months of your life, 3 months. You could knock off a series, then move on, do what Eccleston did.
No, what, you're not, no, Nina.
Why do you not want to do it? I don't understand what on earth is wrong with you.
Just because of time, there's not enough
The
time.
time doctor, he can go back and get the time back. Come on, do it.
I've got things to do.
I'm gonna forge your...
They're not Doctor Who.
Now, Eddie, despite his stupid reluctance to commit to Doctor Who, is one of the busiest performers you could hope to meet. He's making movies, he's travelling, he's doing stand-up, he does movies, he does concerts, and so on and so forth. You've just come back from, where is it? Some sort of foreign countries?
Mars.
No, you haven't.
No, I was in Nordic countries, I was in Iceland, I played Iceland.
So you're Nordic, hold it.
They're up for it. I met Björk, and she said, Björk, to us, Björk with an umlaut.
Björk.
And she said, hey, I've been watching, this was a few years ago, she said, you should go and play Iceland. And that was over 8 years ago. So I went and played Iceland 8 years ago.
Do they speak English there? Did you just do it in English
They
gigs?
speak English and Icelandic,
Yes.
and nothing else.
So, okay, do you speak any Icelandic?
No.
Okay, so you did the gig in English?
I did the gig in English.
Because you've done gigs in other
yeah,
languages.
I do French, and I'm going to do German and Spanish down
That's
and
good.
things. But, you know, I just thought they've spent all this time learning English. It would be churlish of me.
It'd be like saying, you needn't have bothered, you wasted all those years.
Well, I can't learn all the languages, and the Scandinavian countries, they're so good at English. They're even 8 years better than they were last time.
Now, Nordic countries are not Scandinavian countries.
No.
What is the difference?
Finland and Iceland are also Nordic countries.
So you've got Finland, Norway and Iceland.
Yeah.
They consider themselves Nordic.
No, Finland and Iceland are in the group with all the other 3 Nordic. Scandinavia is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. And if you say Nordic countries, you add Finland and Iceland.
So only Finland and Iceland are Nordic?
Yeah. Well, no, all 5 are Nordic.
How can they all be
All
Nordic?
5 are Nordic. It's like Great Britain.
But
and
are they all Scandinavian?
No, only the 3 are Scandinavian, and the other 2, like
So
wingers.
they're the Nordic countries, like I just said?
All 5 are Nordic.
No.
Yes.
Yes, but there are 2 only
Just
Nordic.
believe me.
I don't know whether to trust you.
Well, I don't trust you.
Okay, well, on the level of no trust, then I'll go with it.
Okay.
So, do you have a lot of fans in Scandinavia?
Well, tickets sold out in 7 minutes. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, how many tickets, though?
3.
Okay. And so, but we've covered this before, but I'm always interested to find out, you're still very pro-Europe. You're very pro the euro. You think we should have the euro and not the pound?
No, well,
or
that's...
the pund?
No, at the moment, it's just there's election going to come up, so we don't even need to talk about that. I just like people.
Yes.
You accept it, but everyone else, I can't swim with. You
But
don't
I
trust.
like going away. When I'm going on holiday, I'll be honest with you, Eddie, and this is where you're wrong, if you don't mind me saying so. When you go on holiday, it's fun to change your money to silly money, right? And then when you used to go to Italy with silly money, 1 billion lira, and you get a cup of coffee, it was great. You knew you were foreign. It's like, well, look where we are, bloody £1,000,000. Coffee! Another million if I want sugar. That was part of the experience. Now, €1. Same as bloody Ireland, €1.
I used to like getting into a taxi in some foreign land, and they'd say 60 million drachma, and you think, is that 2 pence or £1,000,000?
Yes.
And you would have no idea. Say, go!
fun. It
oh
was
my
fun.
God, I've given the mortgage money to the guy.
It was good fun. Okay, well, let's talk about films then. Eddie was in one of the big summer movies of last summer, I guess it was, Ocean's 12, okay, which is out in DVD in May. Now, this is what a dream part to get, I would have thought, to be offered an admittedly small role, but a role on that film with that cast.
Yeah, well, it was fantastic. I got phoned up and they said, hey, do you want to come and do this role? And I said,
Who is that phoning you?
That was just some bloke.
Okay.
And I said, yeah. That was actually Jerry Weintraub. It was Jerry Weintraub.
I knew it. As soon as you did his voice, I knew it was Jerry Weintraub.
But then he ended up with George.
Okay, now, so George Clooney was there?
Yeah, and George said, hey, Eddie. Sounded very similar to Jerry Weintraub. Yeah, Eddie, come and do the thing. We're in Amsterdam, and he was having fun.
Okay, but that's the problem with the film, because you're very good in the movie. You're very good in the film. I really enjoy... No, you are good in the movie. You said that to me last time.
No, I didn't say that. You said that.
No, I said you were good in the
kindly
movie,
said
but most other people are crap in the movie. It's not a good film. It's a shame. Don't take it personally. I'm not having to go at you.
I know, and I've heard, and I appreciate that. I don't know what to say. I asked Stephen to do it Jonathan Ross's way.
Yes.
And,
no, don't be sarcastic.
I'm not doing sarcasm. I'm doing ribaldry.
Okay. Well, don't do stuff I can't pronounce. All right. This is a clip of Eddie in Ocean's 12 with a stellar cast. He's the best one in it. Have a look at this.
Recreating the lighting conditions was a pain in the ass because it's a mixture of tungsten and real light, but I think the color rendition is pretty damn accurate. Batteries are in the base, 2 minutes maximum.
You're good. It's good, Roman. You're a genius.
I think I am. Never got past that grid. That's why you're paying me double.
What? No.
You got my message. Who's that sexy phone voice? Very early Bond.
What message?
The message I left with sexy phone voice. Nicole, on your mobile. Got something going with Gunther? Am I in?
Okay, when did you leave the message?
2 days ago. She had your phone.
She has you. That means it's
Yes.
Well, you better. Right.
So who's got my money?
Eddie in the Ocean 12. Wow, that's a tough room to be in. That's a room of very handsome men you in there.
Yeah, I know, and it was good.
Last time I saw Eddie perform live was for a big charity benefit that took place here in London to help people who'd suffered as a result of the tsunami. And it was called Comic Aid. It was shown on BBC One and BBC Two. And Eddie was great on the evening. There were many fine performers on the evening. You were great. Lee Evans was terrific. Bill Bailey was great. There were a load of great acts. What I liked about seeing you is, because I hadn't seen you do proper live for years and years and years, okay? But it was like old Eddie. It was because I think you were a bit drunk when you went on stage.
No.
Yes, you were.
No, do I?
You were. I think you were drunk because you were necking it down earlier.
Was it?
Yeah, and then you went a bit crazy and you started rearranging the furniture before you went on.
No, that was just moving the telly, because it's important to have a telly backstage.
You rearranged the whole room. What are you talking about? Telly? It was like having a
Because I love
deranged man in there. He was going, yeah, hello, the TV will be going over here. Move the chair there. Look at that. Oh, I see the TV there. Move the TV over there. Be what a groovy and no one knew what to make of you.
What's that? Is that your...
That's a good impersonation.
That's an impression of me.
That's a good... Shut your eyes for a minute.
I'll shut my eyes.
Isn't that a good impersonation of him, ladies and gentlemen? No, you weren't, but I thought maybe you were drunk.
No.
You were drunk.
No, I don't get... I'm sort of permanently drunk. No, I don't think so.
OK, well, let's have a look at the clip. I think you're drunk.
Maybe I was. Well,
let's have a look.
Moths. Because they are interesting, actually, moths, you know, because they're kind of like flies without a mission, you know? Because flies are much more organised, because they come, at least they come in, where's moths come in and go, come to you, not where, what's going on? What? Daddy Longlegs and moths are linked in some sort of no wings type thing, you know? Daddy Longlegs are much more... and moths, and spiders are dangerous, and we know that they want to suck our brains out. We know that, and when women say, get in the bathroom, there's a spider in there, understand that men are scared as you. They're completely, and I'm on the boy side of this, being action transvestite.
That was a background you were ad-libbing, admirably. Maybe you weren't drunk.
No, that's not drunk, that's called comedy.
OK, now, do you like coming on the show? Did you
Yeah,
enjoy the
you
show?
get paid for this?
You.
No, it's good, but you've...
No, you.
No.
You who?
Not you.
And then you run out with a scarf and a hat.
That's a cat singing the last bit.
Eddie, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Very nice to finally meet you.
You're not... How lovely to see you again. Eddie Izzard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to all my guests this evening, the great David Carradine, the wonderful Natalie Imbruglia, and, of course, Mr. Eddie Izzard. Thank you, Eddie. It's always a pleasure. Now, I'll try and break it to you gently, but here's the news. There's no show next week because of the US Masters Golf, but we'll be back here in 2 weeks' time, and I'll be joined by the star of the biggest sitcom of all time, David Schwimmer, one of the cast of Friends, star of the BBC's latest hit show, It's Psychic Shirley Ghostman, on the programme as well, and from Hollywood, we have Nicole Kidman. But now performing Why Do You Love Me, it is the fantastic Garbage!
To my core and bad to be the sleeping with a friend of mine. I have no proof, but I think that I'm right. You still got the most beautiful face. It just makes me sad most of the time. Get back up and do it.